What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Mark here with TBM Sports. Thank you for tuning in. Happy Saturday. Hope you all are doing well. And let's get into a very kind of action-packed Saturday we have in the football kind of sphere within college and the pro ranks. I'm going to give you guys a lot of bets here that I do have kind of a favorable position in within these bowl games that we have kicking off here on this lovely Saturday. Where I'm at, the weather's kind of gloomy, and not to be confused with where I'm going to be at situated, where I will find a local establishment, a watering hole, if you will, to kind of divulge into a little bit of entertainment purposes only. Okay. So let's get into it. If you haven't done so, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe down below. Appreciate you all. This has been so much fun during bowl season. Yesterday, we got the brooms out 3-0, kind of stacking some chips here as we get into the January 1st and New Year's Eve. Those are the big ones, okay? Size of the game does not matter unless you're a fan. For bettors, me personally, these are the games that we kind of rip, can find some edges and read in between the lines and come out ahead. And yeah, yesterday was a fun one. So shout out to all you guys that stayed up for the USC game out here on the East Coast. That was a wild, wacky finish. Okay. So let's get down into it. All right. I'm going to give you guys my 6 best bets. I'm going to keep this one short and sweet. If you guys want to know more about what I'm betting, I'll be over on Discord all day. Kind of give you guys where I'm at. I do lean overs in a lot of these games. I'm staying away from a couple of them as well. We're not going to get too much into the insights, but let's look at the games here. Like I said, guys, I'm kind of on a time crunch, and we're approaching kickoff, so I want to get these bets out as quick as possible. UConn and NC, okay? This is an interesting game, right? Believe it or not, Freddie Kitchens will be the interim head coach for the Tar Heels, awaiting Bill Belichick's arrival. But for me, I do lean Tar Heels -2.5. I think there's going to be a lot of continuity there. UConn, congratulations for making a bowl game. They were an abysmal program, maybe the worst there was in college football at one point. But now we see the Tar Heels 2.5-point favorites. A lot of sharp action on the Huskies. I'm going to stay away from that. I do lean Tar Heels. Freddie Kitchens, I can't believe, is the head coach still. And this is kind of where we have this game. For me, guys, I'm going to be playing the under, okay? I know I said I lean overs, but this is something where I think that we might get a little bit of a sludge kind of jam, kind of played in a phone booth game. A lot of clock. 53.5 is a big number. We have seen this kind of creep a little bit. I'll share with you guys what I mean by that here. If we look at kind of where the money has moved from opening at 53.5, we're kind of staying right where we're at. I've seen some conflicting reports within the handle. One site I use is saying that it's overwhelmingly to the under, and one site is saying that it's to the over. I lean under within this 53.5. I don't think we get quite too much offense, so that's kind of where I'm at with the UConn-NC game. Me personally, I think that if you are going to tease some of these college football games, this is a very good leg to have on the under, taking that under if you want to go 59.5. I don't think there's going to be close to 60 points in this game. Okay. Lean Tar Heels. Boston College and Nebraska. That's an interesting one, okay? And by all accounts, I'm going with the head coach here, okay? Bill O'Brien, it's going to be a morale thing, pride thing. I think he's going to have his guys more ready to play within Nebraska. I think this is where kind of you look at where they're at. They play a lot of close games, and now we get 3.5 points within the Golden Eagles, okay? And I think this is the correct side. Personally, I like a little bit of Boston College money line. All right, I'm not opposed to that. Plus 150 is a juicy number, but I will be taking Boston College plus 3.5. Another great leg to tease up if you want to get them above that key number of 7 and 8. That's kind of where I'm at within the second game kicking off at noon, where I do like Boston College and Nebraska. I'm going to go BC in this one, okay? Next, Louisiana and TCU, kind of a game where I expect a lot of offense, okay? For me, guys, this is going to be one where we see this total at 58.5. I don't really see an argument that you can make that we do not see a lot of points in this contest, okay? I think TCU, by all accounts, we're going to see a lot of scoring. Louisiana can light up the scoreboard, but I think this one is kind of a number based upon defense. If you look at it at face value with a 10-point spread for TCU -10, it kind of poses the question, why is TCU getting laying 10 points? And the total set at 59.5, where if you look at their matchups, right, They have not really eclipsed 60 points in all too often games, but I do think this has potential for a TCU blowout, and I think Louisiana goes over their team total as well. I think we're going to sail over 59.5, so I do have a play for the Louisiana and TCU going over the 59.5, okay? I'm not scared of that big number, all right? Iowa State and Miami, very interesting matchup within kind of a 3:30 kickoff with what we have going. Personally, I think they dropped the ball on this one, and I'll get to that a little bit later, but I think that we had an opportunity. Today's the day, right? There's no reason on earth why we don't have Miami playing Colorado, where we have the two top quarterbacks in the NFL draft squaring off against each other. I think they really dropped the ball on this. This would have been a great primetime game for the bowl season outside of the playoff semifinals and all that stuff, and the final eight. I think that they needed to put Miami versus Colorado. Forget the conference affiliations. They really dropped the ball on this one. But in this game, I lean over 55. Okay, I think that Miami does not play a lick of defense. I think this game gets into the 60s, potentially the 70s. Iowa State gives up some points. They gave up 45 points to Arizona State last time out. Also, a lot of their games do get into the 60s. The Utah game was 59 points, and Kansas is more likely kind of the alignment that I see within defense and pace and scoring. Coupled then with Miami's bad defense, I think that this one flies over. The Kansas game was 45-36. I think it's going to be very similar to that. Iowa State gets into the 30s, and I do look for Miami to potentially get into the 40s. So I'm going over 58.5, Iowa State and Miami, okay? Next, staying away from Miami and Colorado State. Lean Colorado State if you had to force me to pick a side, but no play for me in this one. Okay, same thing goes for ECU, NC State. I'm staying away from this game. No betting, no bet for me in this contest. All right, and then the late games, all right, BYU and Colorado. I'm going to save that one for last because I do want to talk about Louisiana and Army first, okay? This game's pretty much cut and dry. Army's pretty much playing everyone, 11-2. We saw Navy get the win against Oklahoma. I like playing service academies in bowl season. And this is where I'm going to have a play in the Army game where I lean under. I do lean under the 43.5. I know there is some kind of sharp movement we saw within the over, but I do think 43.5 is the correct total side to be on within the total. 61% of the handle is to the under, but also I did make a bet Army minus 14. I don't think Louisiana is going to do a lick of good guarding the triple offense. I think that they're going to bleed the clock. Look for Army to kind of avenge that loss to Navy that we saw last time out. And Louisiana Tech, by the numbers, guys, defensively, they're pretty stout. Guarding a triple option is going to be kind of a difficult task. But here, I look at it where their offense isn't going to do a lick of good. And I do think that Army's going to get up a couple touchdowns and then be able to just run the clock out. So I do like Army, but I'm not taking it at 14.5. I like Army minus 14. And I think this one's going to be pretty lopsided. So staying under the total of 43.5, but I do like to lean the under, and I do have a play at Army minus 14. Okay, so that is going to be one of my best bets. All right, and then the last game, BYU and Colorado. Okay, total set at 55.5. We're going to continue the trend. I think the storyline here is Dion says his players are going to play if they're healthy. But within this game, BYU, this is a outstanding matchup. BYU's kind of pissed they didn't make the playoff, and Colorado, they dropped the ball as well. 9-3 on the season. They had an opportunity there to qualify. They did not. I think that the story is going to be how long does Shador play? How long does Travis Hunter play? Do they just play the first half? So the bet for me in this matchup would be Colorado, taking them on the first half spread. I like that a little bit more so. So Colorado first half spread. Also, within this, guys, I'm going to go in the over, okay? I think there's going to be a lot of scoring, so I do have a play on the over 55, and that's going to be where I'm at within this matchup to go alongside with Colorado first half, okay? So that about wraps it up. I know this was quick, just giving you guys, rattling off my plays, but this is kind of where I'm at. Just to kind of recap, I am going to go under the 53.5 UConn, so under 53.5 UConn. If you can find a 54, great. Use that key number. Also, BC plus 3.5. Lean Boston College money line plus 150. TCU going over 59. Miami over the 58. BYU, we're going to take the over 55. Army minus 14, lean under 43.5. Okay, so that about wraps it up. Those are my best bets. Good luck today. Let's cash some tickets. Let's keep the ball rolling, and see you guys over on Discord. Appreciate you guys. If you haven't done so, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe down below. Also, be sure to follow me on X and join the Discord, links down below. Okay, appreciate you guys. Let's get it going and cash some tickets. Cheers.